I still can't believe it's been about almost 3 years since Kentaro Mirua has passed away. 3 years, almost. You know, if you're an anime or manga fan, you know that was a sad day when you heard that Kentaro Mirua passed away. That was a really sad day on some real stuff. But even so, the manga is still ongoing. It's still ongoing. It's still ongoing by Kentaro Miura's best friend, Kouji Mori. And to be honest though, I think doing that is a hell of it takes a lot of balls to do. Because first is first, the legacy of Berserk is so gosh dang great. And to preserve that same legacy, that's a lot of pressure. And honestly, if I was homie of Kentaro Mirror, that is a lot of pressure. Like I said, I can't hold on that one. I can't hold. So uh, even when the new chapters is coming out, he's still getting some slack and hate. Talking about it's not like Mirror, his art direction of the stories going on that stuff. And to be honest though, if I was in Kouji Mori's shoes, I wouldn't even focus on the manga, right? If I was the homie of Kentaro Mirua, if I was the homie of him, I wouldn't even focus on the manga. I would go to a studio. I don't care what studio it is, maybe like a high grade studio, whatever studio that's dedicated to animating and adapting Berserk from chapter 1 all the way to chapter 364. Because let's be real, if you are a true Berserk fan, we know that Berserk is always going to end at chapter 364. Always. So honestly, on some real stuff though, if I was Kouji Mori, I would hit up a studio. I don't care what projects they have, drop them all. Because they should animate, at least adapt all of Berserk. Everything is on there. Every single arc, nothing's left out. Every uncensored, whatever. We're putting everything on the screen. What you see in the manga, we gonna put on the screen, right? And make it one of the best animated things you ever seen. That's what I would do. Have the S tier quality of whatever animation, sound effects, voice acting, sub, dub, any type of dub out there. Make sure all of it is perfect. Trust me when I say this, man. It has to be an animator's dream to work on Berserk. I'm pretty sure any animator out there will be willing to animate Berserk in the most perfect way. I bet you. I'm seeing all these fan projects on YouTube, how these fans literally taking their time out of their day, their resources, to show love to the series. To show love to a series like Berserk. They're doing all that. I'm seeing all these fan animations, they damn near look like movies. Right? Like movies. So just imagine if Kouji Mori and some people in the anime industry, the anime manga industry got together and just said to ourselves, okay, let's try making one of the best animated shows of all time, to the point where this is going to be talked about 40, 50 years from now. Right? 40, 50 years from now. Because Berserk manga is already set in stone. It's already goated. It's already one of the greatest fictional book series of all time, right? Manga, it's up there. One of the best manga stories of all time. One of the best fiction stories of all time, right? Is really up there. But the thing about the anime, now I know there's been animes for Berserk in the past, right? You have the 90s version, which was cold. It just had no season 2. The movies was nice too. There was some content that was cut. And then we had the 2016 Abomination, right? So the anime legacy of Berserk is kind of riffraff, right? But imagine what you can do if Kouji Mori and the anime industry got together and treated Berserk the way it should be treated, right? You have an S tier story. Imagine if it got treated with so much love with that S tier animation, S tier sound effects, S tier voice acting. Imagine that though. Imagine that. That would be like, we would literally see like just everything high quality and top notch. It literally will be one of the greatest animated things we will ever see. One of the greatest anime we've ever seen. One of the greatest animated shows we've ever seen. It'll be up there. It'll be up there. And I'm talking about everything from chapter 1 all the way to chapter 364. Uncensored, show everything. But nah, man, you can't do that. There's too many rape scenes in Berserk. Well, making this comparison that what I'm about to say is kind of weird, right? But at the same time, it depends on the shows what I'm about to talk about. So you have Mirua Healer and Goblin Slayer, right? Which got famous off of what they did in those shows. Famous, right? People was gaslighting and hyping this stuff up off of some really like weird stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, so off of rape scenes, like Goblin Slayer episode 1 got popular off of a rape scene, right? Not the story, just the rape scene. Mirua Healer, most of that stuff is just what? Rape. But some of these anime fans online is talking about saying, well, if Berserk had a remake, we had to cut some things out. But then there's Goblin Slayer and Mirua Healer. And plus, this is Berserk. You know it's an M-rated. It's a mature story. You know what you're watching and what you're getting into. So yeah, if Berserk got a remake, man, adapt everything from chapter 1 all the way to chapter 364. Nothing is left out. With the highest quality of animation, sound effects, voice acting, everything. And trust me, Kentaro Mirua's legacy will be really set in stone. Animated wise, manga wise, whatever. So if I was Kouji Mori, and if I wanted to preserve my homie's legacy, I wouldn't even focus on the manga. I would focus on trying to animate his legacy through them pages. Because what he did with them pages, that pen and paper, what he did with that is special. It inspires so many creative minds out there. And I know there's a lot of hungry people a lot of hungry animators that are, if they had the opportunity just to animate a Berserk anime or high quality animation, they would do it in a heart, in a blink, in a heartbeat. They would do it. So my advice to Kouji Mori in the anime industry, y'all got to remake Berserk. Now, I don't know if they're already doing it, but if they are, I'll be glad. But if they're not, please, on some real stuff, if Berserk was animated, high quality, S tier, everything. It's the last time I'm going to say it. If it was remade in high quality animation from chapter 1 all the way to chapter 364, y'all looking at one of the greatest animated pieces of all time. And it's about time Berserk got the love it deserved, animated wise. It's about time. So that's my advice to you, Kouji Mori, in the anime industry. If y'all do this, it will be the dopest thing animated that anybody has seen for maybe like 40 to 50 years plus that, probably, on some real stuff. And that's facts.